Hello, good day, and welcome to another beautiful edition of Learn with Zion Ose. For today's class, we are going to quickly consider a topic that we call zero plurals. And to do that, we are going to look at two questions that have been tested recently by the University of Benin and Delta State University in their post-UTME exercises. Quickly, without further ado, let's get down to brass tacks. Question 1 says, Adamu said, two dash of goats died in his pen last night. Two dash of goats died in his pen last night. Option A says head, B, heads with an S, C, headers, and option D, herd. Question 2 says, please, on your way back, buy 5 dash, a space here. Option A says dozen of eggs. B says dozen eggs. C says dozens of eggs. And option D says dozens of eggs. All right, looking at this, or dozens of eggs rather. Now looking at this, which do you think would be the correct answer to question 1 and then for question 2? The answer to question 1, at this point, I think you should pause and reflect. All right, welcome back. The answer to question 1 is option A, and the answer to question 2 is option B. But how is it so? I'll quickly explain. There is a set of nouns, called zero plurals. And the term zero means bare, empty, empty, empty. The term zero here means empty, which means that these nouns do not show plurality at all. But you might question, are they the same as uncountable nouns? No. Uncountable nouns are nouns that are not counted. For instance, I give you information, it's uncountable. I give you traffic, it's uncountable. You can't count this. You can't count these nouns. I give you words like work when it has to do with an activity. It can be counted when it means product. For instance, Wole Soyinka has written 3 new works. That can take S. But if it's in terms of activity, you say work. I have a lot of work to do today. My mother left so much, not many, work. Another example is money. So you can't say 1 money, you can't say 2 money. These are uncountable. We have damage. Of course, you know that damages we take S, always in plural, exist only in plural when it means compensation or indemnity. So the court asked him to pay. Remember, you don't pay for damages. You simply pay damages, or you pay a certain amount as damages or in damages. But damage, when it has to do with wreck, damage, destruction, doesn't take S. For instance, the man did a lot of dash to my car, a lot of damage. He was asked to pay for the damage, that's the wreckage or the destruction, but he paid damages. Of course, we have more examples like machinery, we have furniture, the company needs new furniture, we have equipment, we need to buy more equipment, we have bread, you can't say breads, you'd rather have loaves of bread or morsels of bread. So these are uncountable. We have words like luggage, we have baggage, we have property when it means your belongings. We have property, example, the man's property was destroyed by the flood. So we have machinery, information, traffic, work, we have employment. The man came to the city to look for employment or to get employment. So all of these are uncountable nouns. They are not the same as the noun that we are about to describe. When we say zero plural nouns, these are nouns that can be counted, which means that they can be preceded by 1, 2, 3, which means you can count these nouns. They can also be preceded by terms like several, or even many, or even few / a few, which are quantifiers reserved only for countable nouns. So zero plural nouns can be counted. You can count them, you can use 1 with them, you can use 2, you can use 3. So they are not the same as uncountable noun. But what do they mean, or what do we mean when we say zero plural nouns? These nouns or zero plural nouns are nouns that can be counted, that can be counted, but maintain a constant form for both singular and plural. Now, in other words, these nouns can be counted. We can count them, we can give them 1, 2, 3, but they will always maintain a standard or a constant form. If I give you the word girl, of course, we know that girl can be counted, so we can have one girl. I can say one girl, and then I can also say two. But when I say two, girl will shift to girls, which means that this guy changes form. If I say child, oh, my dear child, I have one child. But if I have two, I'll turn child to children. Of course, child can be counted, but we change form when it becomes plural. But for these nouns called zero plural nouns, they can be counted also, which means they can take 1, 2, 3, but what you refer to as one is what you also call two, which means the form for singular is also the form for plural. For instance, if I say orange, let's do this again. If I say orange, 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 I can have one orange, but when I say two, orange becomes oranges. Orange becomes oranges, which means these nouns are countable, but they are variable, they change. But zero plural nouns are countable, but they do not change. So when the plural takes or doesn't take S, the singular will not also take S, or when the singular takes S, the plural will also take S. Either ways, zero plural nouns remain the same. They are always constant. There are a couple of these, or there are a few of these in English, and I'll just list out some of these in this class, and then we quickly take examples. Number one, we have sheep. Sheep is about the most popular example of zero plural nouns. So we have sheep. Sheep can be counted. So we can say, my father has one sheep or a sheep, but his brother has two sheeps. If I say this, I am wrong because sheep is singular. At the same time, sheep is plural. Note, not all of these nouns will not take S. Some of them will take S for both singular and plural. We'll come to that. So we have examples like sheep. My father has a sheep and my brother has two sheep, not sheeps. This question was tested by JAM. Can't remember the year now, but sometime around 2007 or 6. He said, in my village, there are several goats and many dash. A, dog. B, cow. C, sheep. Can't remember the exact options. And option D, let's just use bird. If you are given a question like this, dog can be counted, cow can be counted, sheep can be counted, bird can be counted. But the plural of dog is dogs, which means you cannot say many dog. So option A is wrong. The plural of cow is cows. So option B is also wrong. Many cow is wrong, but you say many cows. Of course, you cannot say many birds, but you can say one sheep and as well say many sheep because this noun is a zero plural noun. It can be counted, it has plural, but remains the same for both singular and plural. So the first classical example of zero plural nouns is sheep. So we have more examples. Number two, we have aircraft. Number two, we have aircraft. Our government needs to buy more aircraft. The man has bought 3 new aircraft. The church owns 4 aircraft. So aircraft is for both singular and plural. And number 3, we have fish. My mother bought 2 fish from the market. There is a tiny exception for this. Some people believe that when you use fish in the context of fishing, where you can have many species, fish could actually be fishes. Fish could actually be fishes. But in case of an examination, choose fish as fish. Example, Jesus fed 5,000 people with 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, not fishes. Thank you. You check across your Bible for modern translations, all of them use fish not fishes, apart from KJV, which uses Old English. Number 3, fish. Number 4, we have salmon, which is a species of fish. Number 5, we have swine. So you say 1 swine, 2 swine. Number 6, we have deer. The experienced hunter killed 6 deer, killed 5 deer. We saw a deer, but they saw 10 deer. So deer will always remain as deer. So we'll run through them again. We have number 1, aircraft. Number 2, fish. Number 3, salmon. Number 4, swine. Or we have swine, we have sheep. Or number 6 here, we have deer. So we have number 7, we have summons, which is an initiating document, a document sent by a court to tell a person that they should appear in court. We have summons. So we have 1 summons, we have 2 summons. The man was served a summons, not a summon, a summons. So we have summons, which is a 0 plural noun. Then we have number 8, we have species. 1 species, we have 2 species. Number 9, we have headquarters. 1 headquarters, 2 headquarters. This company's headquarters is in Benin, but the companies have different headquarters across the country. So we have headquarters, which is a singular word, and headquarters, which is also a plural word. We have number 10, we have barracks. So I live close to the barracks. The government wants to build 4 new barracks. So barracks will always take S. So we have summons, we have species, we have headquarters, we have barracks. Then 11, we have council. This one doesn't take S. When it refers to lawyers, example, the plaintiff has to get 5 new counsel, not counsels. So counsel, when it means lawyers. Of course, when counsel means advice, counsel will also not take S, but it is uncountable. But when it means lawyers, it can be counted, only that counsel will not take S. So we have number 12. So we've taken aircraft, taken fish. We have number 12, which is also very important. We have head. When it refers to counting animals. Of course, if you ask a person to count animals, they are going to count them by their head, which means taking a head count. So each animal is called a head. So if I have 5 goats, technically, technically, what I have is 5 head, H-E-A-D, of goats. 5 head of goats. If I have 10 sheep, I have 10 head, H-E-A-D, of sheep. So whenever you count animals, head refers to 1 animal. So when there is a number before it, regardless of the number, that head will never take S. So we have head. For instance, Adamu has bought 3 new dash of horses. The answer is head of horses, H-E-A-D. Of course, H-E-R-O-D is a word on its own, which means a group of cattle, For instance, a large herd of cattle, which means a large group of cattle. And the plural of this is going to be heads. So a large herd of cattle, the man has, throughout his career, taken many herds of cattle across the country. Now, number 13 or 14, which is the final number, is dozen. Of course, dozen can take S. Dozen takes S when there is no number attached, and it will always take of. Example, dozens of eggs is correct. But whenever there is a number or a quantifier, could be a dozen, could be 2, which is a number, Dozen operates as a zero plural noun, which means dozen will not take s. However, it cannot take of. So there is no of. For instance, dozens of boys, which means a large number of boys. Dozens of apples, large number of apples. But when I say 6 dash apples, I cannot say 6 dozens of. Rather, I would simply say 6 dozen apples. 6 dozen apples. 6 dozen apples. 6 dozen apples. Now, back to our question. Adamu said, question 1, Adamu said 2 dash of goats died. First of all, we cannot choose herd because it doesn't make sense for you to lose 2 groups of goats. But even if that were the case, herd here would not be correct because of 2. Remember that 2 here means it's plural, while herd is singular, and the plural of herd is heads. So we are going to look for a noun that is both singular and that is plural, and the word is going to be head. How is it head? We're talking about 2 goats. I don't know, this doesn't make sense, but 2 pieces, if it helps you get it better. 2 pieces of goats, if it helps you get it better. So we're talking about 2 goats, where each goat is a head. Head. Each goat is a head when counting, and 2. And remember that head will not take s for plural nouns. Number 2, we have buy 5 dash. You cannot say 5 dozens eggs, because as long as there is a number, dozen will not take s. So we cannot say 5 dozen eggs. 5 dozens eggs. Neither can we say 5 dozens of eggs, because when there is a number, dozen operates as a zero plural noun and it will not take s. So first of all, we have 5 dozen. And whenever dozen is used in this context without the s, then you cannot use of. So you cannot say 5 dozens of. Rather, you have 5 dozen eggs. I hope I have explained this. In case you want to learn more, please join us and help us share this video, and we hope to do more. Thank you very much for coming to class today.